Welcome to Sports JaM!
Everybody get up, it's time for sports now.
We got a real show going down.
Welcome to the Sports JaM.
So it's your chance, talk and rant.
It's the Sports JaM.
All right.
Cut.
Hey man, you can't get any better than that.
Welcome to this Sports JaM here on AM 1230 WJOB. I am Mike Zajac.
I'm Joe Rourke.
And Sam
Sapita. Stat boy.
Stat boy. Sam Sapita. I say Sapita.
All right, well, let's talk some NBA Finals last night. Pretty close game. I actually watched the last 3 minutes of it. Can you believe that?
Dang.
I know,
Who watches
right?
basketball?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I did watch the last 3 minutes. I said, I have a sports show. I need to make sure I see what's going
Coming
on.
up clutch.
I know. The things I do for the show. I'll watch 3 minutes of basketball for the show.
Sacrifice.
You know who's not coming up clutch? Tim
Who?
Duncan.
For sure, your favorite.
Nice.
Best this generation.
That's what I said.
Well,
What's going on with the NBA, Sam?
Tell us what
it
happened.
looks like Miami beat the Spurs 95-88. LeBron James, of course, was the Finals MVP. My predictions for the Game 7 were not exactly correct. I had it was going to be a high-scoring game, when in fact it was a decent. It wasn't really high-scoring. It was probably it was medium, I would say. I had Tony Parker getting 20 points and 10 assists, when in fact he had a mediocre game. He had 10 points and 4 assists. I said Ginobili had to play well for them to win, when in fact he played awful and they lost. So, you got to give me props on that. He played pretty terrible.
Props to him? No.
I don't know.
Never.
Wow.
How many of the predictions did you nail?
I nailed 2 out of the 4. My other
That's
one
not
was
bad.
that LeBron would go off, which is the easiest thing ever. Since
Yeah, that's not really
he basically
going
has
on.
never
Yeah.
been off his
We're
entire
not
life.
counting that one.
I don't know. I mean, he's always great.
Right.
I did predict it.
You just said he's always great, which is why predicting he'll be great isn't really a prediction.
I mean, it's still I still count it in my own mind. I still say a 500 batting average isn't that bad.
LeBron finally came up clutch last night with that three. What less than 30 seconds left?
No one was guarding him ever the whole game.
No.
They were giving him 10 feet to shoot.
Yeah, I just watched the maybe last 5 minutes of the game, and he was open. 2-3 shots that I saw him take.
My friends and I, we were literally screaming at the TV, guard him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually put a hand in his face. It was too easy for him.
You watched the game at home?
I actually watched it at my friend Ryan's house. So,
What about you, Mike? Where'd you watch it?
I was at home after I got home from school.
Getting yourself educated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Proud of you.
Math. Yeah.
So, Tam. So,
Whatever.
So, Tam, sell us what's going to happen next year. Spurs.
Well,
They too old?
I actually looked
What do
up
you
whose contract run out. For the Spurs, Tracy McGrady, first of all, his contract's run out. They only signed him for the rest of this year.
He's not coming
How
back.
important was he to the team?
Not important whatsoever.
So-
Didn't play.
Yeah, he
so
didn't.
he's going to retire, in my opinion.
Right.
Because they just wanted to get him a ring
Right.
for his long career.
Mediocre career.
I don't know. I disagree. I think he had a pretty good career. Plagued by injuries, yes, but I think he was pretty good.
Right.
DeJuan Blair is important member off the bench. He's a big man. I think they'll re-sign him. Steven Jackson, who's a big name. That cost the Spurs $10 million this year, just for
Wow.
this year. So I think that they'll just let him go. Because I don't think – I mean, they have Danny Green and Gary Neal, and they have plenty of guards off the bench. And so I think
Is Tim Duncan coming back, Timmy?
I have Tim Duncan coming back.
You think he's coming back?
He's still under contract, and I
For his
think that,
39-year-old season?
yes, but I think you can't end on
Yeah,
the missed hook.
Yeah.
The missed hook
Against
was probably
Shane Battier, a
blunder
smaller
of his
guy.
career.
Smaller guy against Shane Battier.
Give
That
Shane
was-
Battier credit though; he's a good defender,
He is.
but not against
Not against Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. He's supposed to be the best post player, one of the best of his generation.
Right.
And Ginobili, After that awful game, contract ended.
Really?
I mean, I doubt they're gonna I doubt they're not gonna re-sign him because he's such an asset to that team. So they'll probably re-sign him.
Parker coming back?
Parker's under contract,
Yeah.
so
Do you think if they don't re-sign Ginobili, he'll retire and go into the animal control business? Do you
He
remember
might.
when he swatted that bat?
no, I don't remember.
You
that.
don't remember that? How about you, Mike?
I remember that.
That was what, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, I do
A
remember
bat
that.
came flying onto the court, and he just smacked the crap out of it.
After yesterday's game,
He
though,
just spiked it. He Gronk spiked it to the ground.
after yesterday's game, his new nickname. Now, I came up with this.
The bat tamer?
No, it's
Oh.
it's Manu Turnobly.
Oh.
Like
Nice.
that.
I'll give it to him. That ain't bad.
All right.
But the big three in Heat. What's going on
Okay.
with them?
Well, they're all under mass contracts.
Right.
So,
Yeah, obviously.
well, Juwan Howard, remember from the Fab Five? He's
no, I don't.
his-
But
okay. Well, he was on the team with you know what I'm
yes,
talking
I know
about.
what you're talking. I was being.
Oh my gosh.
sarcastic.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't do that. Well, he's gonna retire in my opinion because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like 75. And
He was
might,
on the Washington Wizards.
He
or
might
the
turn to
Bullets.
dust any second, in my opinion.
He might.
so,
He might.
so after getting his second ring, I think he'll retire. Chris Anderson, Birdman, under contract.
Bird.
I think they need him. He's started a lot of games for the Heat, and I think they need a big.
Check out all those tattoos he's got on him. My goodness.
I think there's more
He's got a
There's
bevy
more
of tattoos. A
tattoos
cornucopia,
than
if you
actual
will.
like skin. Like if you think
Oh,
about
I'm
it,
sure.
there is.
What part of the body is
compels
not
you-
covered with tattoos?
What
His
compels
face?
you?
I don't think we can go there.
What
Not on
compels you?
terrestrial airwaves.
What compels you to be that scary? Like I mean, I know it's intimidating, but off the court, he probably doesn't have too many friends. I would say.
You never know.
I mean, I wouldn't talk to him.
Oh,
And
he probably has no friends because
the-
he has tattoos.
there's three other people for the
Oh,
Heat
gosh.
that it's Josh Harrelson, Terrell Harris, and Jarvis Vernado. I don't know any of those people. They're probably have never seen the actual court. They're probably been on the bench the entire season.
Right.
So they'll probably come back because Eric Spoelstra could probably pay $10 for him. So.
Yep. All right.
And,
All right, Sam. Thanks for that NBA talk.
No
Who is
problem.
this? Never mind. That's for later. All right, let's talk about Aaron Hernandez. I almost jumped the gun on the AP read.
Don't
All
want
right.
to do that.
No. All right. So Aaron Hernandez, if you haven't heard, then you don't listen to our show. He's right now wanted for. He's about to be arrested for the obstruction of justice in the murder case that
What's
happened.
with these football players
That was
under
what, 2 days ago, I
investigation?
think, the
O.J.
murder
Simpson?
apparently happened 2 nights ago.
No,
well,
that
it did
happened
happen,
earlier,
but I mean.
earlier this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and so apparently he destroyed his cell phone. He destroyed his security footage.
And get this, he hired a team of house cleaners on Monday to quote unquote scrub his mansion.
Those are, he said, scrub his.
Scrub his mansion.
That might be.
I mean, if that doesn't tell you he's guilty right there. What?
Scrub his. Does he have like weekly scrubbings of his mansion?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah, just the old Monday
Scrub.
scrub down with
Monday
bleach
scrub
of my
down.
mansion. Oh, what do you mean? Every Monday I always smash
Oh my
myself
God,
into
yeah.
the
Always
ground
scrub
and
my
take
mansion.
baseball bats to my security cameras. I do it every Monday.
That just tells you he's guilty, or he knows somebody is
Oh.
guilty right there.
If
or,
he didn't pull the trigger, then he knows who did.
yeah.
And apparently, I saw this on Deadspin. Apparently, the guy that claims that Hernandez was the killer that's suing Hernandez is a drug dealer.
Well, that sounds about right.
Well,
So look who's Hernandez is involved with.
Right. Yeah, and so who's going to be New England's tight end this season? Because you got Gronkowski trying to find his other arm. You got Hernandez is going to be in jail.
that's true.
And so is it going to be
They did sign
Maybe it's
Kellen
Tim
Winslow.
Tebow. Maybe
got
Tim
Kellen
Tebow
Winslow.
goes over there.
Timothy Tebow.
They
gonna
signed
be the
Kellen
new tight
Winslow.
end.
You know Belichick.
Oh, they did?
Uh-huh. They signed
Yeah,
him a
but
while ago.
that won't stop people from saying Tebow, and the media trying to get him in there.
And what has Kellen Winslow done in his career?
Well, I mean, he had some Pro Bowls under his belt, probably. I think a couple.
With the Browns?
I think so. Considering he was their only
I don't
receiver
know, you're
that
stat
could
boy.
actually
You
catch
should
the
know these
ball.
things.
You are stat boy.
Amstad.
Why don't you look it up during break
You
and
should
then
be.
lighten
I will.
us? So here's a funny tweet I saw about the Hernandez situation. Someone tweeted, "Poor Hernandez. This will keep him off the Madden cover for at least a couple of years," referencing the Ray Lewis murder thing that happened back in 2000, where people think that he was involved after he threw his suit away into a dumpster, his bloody suit, and he was with the people who died. And then he was on the cover of Madden in like 2002.
Is the throwing away of the suit equivalent to getting your mansion scrubbed?
No.
Aaron Hernandez is way more guilty by what he did with the security footage, the cell phone, the scrubbing of the mansion.
I mean, he's not guilty until proven guilty. But
right, but I mean, those are way more suspicious
yeah,
things.
Because
I don't even know if we know for sure that Ray Lewis's suit was his or whether it was found. There's some sort of mystery completely around the suit, but whatever. Either way, I thought it was pretty funny. All right, we'll take a break. You're listening to WJOB AM 1230, the Sports Jam with Joe and Mike. We'll come back for the break and talk some Sox, Cubs, some trade candidates we think the Sox and Cubs may dump their players off to, and then we'll do a Hawks preview and headlines with Sam coming up on the Sports Jam.
Stay tuned.
Are you looking to remodel your kitchen? Does your bathroom need to be updated, brought into the 21st century? McCormick General Contracting will take your bath and kitchen down to the studs, fix damaged wood, address mechanical issues, and more. Then put it all back so it'll be your favorite room in the house. Contact Bishop Knoll alumni Mike McCormick at 219-712-7433. That's 219-712-7433. McCormick General Contracting, specializing in bathrooms, kitchens, and basements.
Now offering professional painting services.
At Smith Chevrolet, we aren't satisfied until you find the Chevy vehicle you're searching for. Serving Hammond as well as the surrounding Chicagoland area, we offer a full inventory of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at competitive, no-haggle pricing. Also available is the full-service repair and body shop. So if you're looking for that new or used Chevy vehicle, stop by at 6405 Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond. Call 219-845-4000 or go to smithchevyusa.com.
At Quick Scripts, our experienced pharmacist is available for one-on-one consultations every day. Prescriptions filled while you wait in 20 minutes or less. Or if you're in a hurry, the doctor can call the pharmacy and our professional, courteous driver will deliver it right to your house for free. We accept all major insurance plans and discount cards. We have our own $4 generics program and we'll work to get the best price on medications for those who do not have insurance. Stop by Quick Scripts Pharmacy at 3330 Ridge Road in the heart of downtown Lansing. Toll free 888-535-3040.
All right, welcome back to the Sports Jam. Let's talk a little Sox and Cubs real quick for a little bit because that's always exciting with how they're going right now. So the Sox lost yesterday 8-4 to the Twins in an afternoon game. Johnny Danks, back from his shoulder surgery, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 earned runs, only 2 strikeouts, allowed 4 home runs. 4 home runs in Twins Park, that's hard to do.
Yeah, that's a big
They
part.
got a big park.
Huge.
Alexi Ramirez went 4 for 5, and Adam Dunn and Paul Konerko each homered. Dunn's got 19 home runs this season, batting like a $184.
How many strikeouts?
A lot. A lot. But 19 home runs, I mean,
It's pretty solid.
it's really all he's doing.
Batting what? A buck what?
Like a $184. Yeah. Jesse Crane, however, he pitched yesterday a scoreless inning, lowered his ERA to 0.55 and set the franchise record with 28 straight scoreless appearances and 28 straight scoreless innings.
Wow.
The last run he allowed, April 12th versus Cleveland, and he got the loss, of course, 1-0 loss. That was over 2 months ago. Last time he gave up a run of any kind, earned or unearned.
Wow.
Cubs lost 6-1 to the Cardinals.
6-1. Final score, Lance Lynn moves to 6-1. Scott Feldman drops to 6-6. Castillo had 3 of the 5 Cub hits, including his second home run. Scott Feldman also gave up 5 earned runs. That ERA goes up to 3.36. It was at 3.05, I believe.
Yeah,
It started
he's having a nice season.
He is. Carlos Marmol. There was a Carlos Marmol sighting in St. Louis.
What'd he
Comes
do?
in the 8th inning. Oh, gosh. You want to know? 11 pitches, 9 strikes.
Wow.
We're
11 pitches,
8th
9
inning, man. I
strikes?
told you. 8th inning, he comes in. That's where he's good.
You did say that. How many of those strikes were swinging, though? Were any of
Oh, I
them-
don't know.
Well, that's because it wasn't possible for him to blow a save, so
Exactly. He doesn't have any pressure on him. It's just go out there. You're already losing the game.
it's like a Hulk situation. Once there's a save up for grabs, turns into the Hulk and just throws it away.
Right.
Because the Hulk is a notoriously poor pitcher in late innings. All right, so the Sox now, obviously they both lost. The Sox now have the 6th worst record. Same spot they were at a couple days ago. They have not moved up or down, however you want to look at it. The Cubs are tied for the 4th worst with the Brewers. Both teams are chasing the Marlins, the Astros, and the Mets for the top 3 worst teams in baseball and the top 3 picks next season.
The hunt is on.
The chase is on. I'm really hoping the Sox get at least top 3, but number 1 would be great.
You don't want them to improve.
Nope.
Really?
Not at all.
Improve each year after year.
What does improvement get you though? If you're mediocre though, like every year.
Hope.
Hope. It would be different if I was a Royals fan or a Pirates fan, where
Right.
they've been bad for
Right.
so long, where you just want to see some life. But I mean, the Sox have always been
Decent.
They've always been pretty decent. They've always been right on the fringe of making the playoffs, and it's gotten us nowhere, obviously.
I feel like the Sox do not have a plan on what they're doing. They have nobody in their minor league system right now.
They have a few hitters. They've got one real good pitcher, Eric Johnson, who's dominating, but it's pretty much like 3 guys and then nobody.
Yeah, I mean, the Cubs, as you see, Theo Epstein put this club together in the minor leagues. He's got guys ready to come up. The Sox,
The
you
Cubs
don't know what they're doing.
The Cubs don't have a great farm system.
I know
but
it's not
they're
great.
They're better, way better.
Way
than the
better
Sox.
than Jim Hendry's farm system.
Oh
I'll tell
my
you that.
gosh, Jim Hendry.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Theo and Jed, because people always forget Jed Hoyer, which makes me mad.
I call it the Theo trio. The other guy I don't know.
Okay. He's actually done a pretty good job of bringing some talent, and they've got like 4 or 5 pretty legit prospects, but they're pretty much middle of the pack as far as teams go with systems. But yeah, both teams I think need to just tank and just get those draft picks. That's the quickest way to rebuild. Through the draft.
I mean, but look at the Pirates. It took them forever to get back. They've always had, like the 1st through 5th pick.
Yeah,
in
same
the
with the
draft.
Royals. The Royals
Yeah.
always stockpile top 5 picks.
Yeah,
but
they still can't.
I mean, that's just their scouting.
Pirates are
fault.
just now coming.
The scouting and player development. That's them.
Yeah.
It's not the same for every team. Some teams will draft. Look at the Nationals. Bryce Harper, Steven Strasburg,
Right.
Jordan Zimmerman. All those guys were top picks, and they've all done really well. They just know how to develop, how to pick, etc. All right. So another way to rebuild a farm system is through trading. So let's go over our top 3 candidates from each team that we'd like to see traded and where they could possibly go. On my list, I've got Jesse Crane. This is like a bachelor, some sort of thing. In booth number 1, Jesse Crane. He is a 31-year-old relief pitcher. In his last year of his contract, he's got a little over $2 million left. He likes long walks on the beach. He pitched 33 innings, has a 0.55 ERA, a whip under 1, and 43 strikeouts to only 9 walks. I'm predicting he goes to the Cardinals. They've got an awful bullpen.
Yeah, they do.
Just horrendous bullpen.
Besides the 2 guys at the back end.
And their starting pitching is so good, and their offense is doing well that they need to solidify that bullpen if they want a deep playoff run. Alex Rios is my next candidate. He's 32 years old. He has a year and a half left on his contract. $18 million owed over those 1.5 years, which is really not too bad, considering a few years ago his contract was awful, but he's improved his value. Hitting 280, 11 home runs, 33 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases. I think the Nationals could use him, and I think the Diamondbacks, even though they have like 6 outfielders, could use him because only Gerardo Parra is hitting above 257 of their 6 outfielders. My last candidate, Alexi Ramirez, 31 years old, 2.5 years left with a club option for his final year. He is owed $22.5 million over those 2.5 years. He's hitting .277, only 1 home run, though. His power's gone down a lot over the past few years. But he has 15 stolen bases. I think the Yankees might need him. If they don't, I think Jeter's going to be there for too much longer, which he shouldn't because he's awful now. And I think the Cardinals, excuse me, I think the Cardinals could use him too at shortstop. They got a young guy there who's only 25, but he's not hitting very well at all, and they may want a stopgap like Alexi in there for a couple years.
Right.
But I think Alexi's much more likely to be traded in the offseason. With a long contract, you rarely move long contracts halfway through. Usually it's your rental guys that you move. So what about you? What do you got for the Cubs?
Well, the Cubs are 13 games below 500, so obviously they are selling.
Right.
I got some names here. Nate Shearholtz might be gone. He's batting .288 on the season. Kevin Gregg is perfect in save opportunities. Yeah. Scott Feldman's having a nice year. Soriano's on my list. Is he going to go?
He's on everyone's list every year.
Every year, is he going to go? Is he going to not go? But he's got that no trade clause, which he will never waive. So Soriano, I believe, is not going anywhere. Orioles need some pitching. They want starting pitching. Scott Feldman and Matt Garza are two guys who could go to the Orioles from the Cubs. And, yes, Nate Shearholtz, I'm sure somebody's out there looking for an outfielder who can hit. So
yeah, the Orioles could definitely use starting pitching. You mentioned Kevin Gregg. I think the Tigers would like a shot at Kevin Gregg. Obviously, I didn't include them as a landing spot for Crane because the Sox aren't likely to trade within the division. Not that Jesse Crane going to the Tigers is going to really hurt the Sox as much as it would if they traded Chris Sale to a division rival. But I still think that generally teams don't work within the division.
Yeah, you don't want your guys going to teams that you're going to play in the second half of the season.
Right.
And, just go
giving away your trade secrets and whatnot. Yeah. And how to pitch guys and all that stuff. And you don't want to help out your competition anyway.
Right.
So
why would you?
It could happen, but not very likely. All right, let's take another break. We'll come back with some headlines from Sam the Intern's intern, some Blackhawks preview, and then we got a little information on live remote tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned. You are listening to the Sports Jam on WJOB AM 1230.
Attention outdoor enthusiasts. Holiday Boat Sales in Linwood is having a huge spring fever sale. Get into a new boat for as low as $109 per month. And if you buy during the month of May, interest is as low as 2.99% APR for well-qualified buyers. Or buy a boat cover for only $1 with any new boat package when you mention WJOB. Mercury Oil is buy one at regular price, get one half off when you mention WJOB. Visit Holiday Boat Sales at 21740 Lincoln Highway in Linwood and get the boat you always wanted. Call 708-758-0405. Holiday Boats.
Hartsfield Village, a continuing care retirement community located in Munster, offers a wealth of services and amenities to the residents to allow them to truly experience what we mean when we say living well, living wise. Hartsfield Village offers an outstanding retirement value in Northwest Indiana and Chicago Southland. Living at Hartsfield Village assures comfort and security with a lifestyle that can promote greater independence while preserving one's financial assets. The Hartsfield Village Wellness Program promotes staying actively involved mentally, physically, and socially with others with scheduled recreational and social activities. Sponsored by Community Hospital, Hartsfield Village provides its independent residents with priority access to assisted living, memory support, and nursing care if ever needed. Arrange a private tour by calling 219-934-0750.
Losing a loved one is never easy, but owner Kevin Kish and his staff at Kish Funeral Home are caring and experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. Kish Funeral Home's beautiful facility offers many services, including cremation, pre-planning, and grief support. Kish Funeral Home is near Centennial Park in Munster at 10,000 Calumet Avenue. Call our good friend Kevin Kish at 219-924-3333 to help you get through this difficult time.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam. We're going to go over to headlines with Sam the Intern.
Well, before headlines, I'd like to give you an update on the Kellen Winslow stats.
Yes. What we got?
Well, first of all, I'd like to make a confession. Oh
gosh.
Well,
I don't even have my collar on.
Well, it's a little heartbreaking, but Kellen Winslow is a member of the New York Jets.
Oh, come on.
But I still have stats. Kellen Winslow
mic
has
off.
been to one Pro Bowl in 2007. But I do have, since I'm trying to be useful, I do have the next tight end for the New England Patriots. His name is Michael Humanuanua, and he had 109 yards last year receiving.
What was that name again?
His name is Michael Humanuanua.
Where's he from?
Who what?
He
Humanua?
is from Normal, Illinois.
You sure about that?
Really? Yes. Humanuma is from
He went to
a place
Illinois.
called Normal.
He went to Illinois.
All right.
All right, so back to headlines. Joe Torre's daughter catches a falling baby flying from an apartment window.
Flying, huh? Flying baby?
Well,
Falling? You sure it's not falling?
Yeah, I might have read my chicken scratch wrong.
Yeah,
I think the baby fell, not flew.
Maybe, I
Unless
mean, you
it's
don't
Man
know.
of Steel too.
You don't know. The next headline. Okay, Drake tried to gain access into the Heat locker room after the game, but was denied.
Denied.
As he should be.
He's not very good, so...
There's a video of it on Deadspin. It's pretty funny. You see him in a crowd of people, and he's like, "Come on, guys, let me in." And they're like, "Media only."
Is that how he said it? Come on, guys.
I think so, yeah.
Is the next song going to be about not getting into the Heat locker room?
Probably. I was going to say, "Started from the parking lot, now I'm here." It's going to be him just outside the locker room.
Okay, Andrew Bailey. This news gives me joy. Boston Red Sox Andrew Bailey is out as closer after another blown save for the Red Sox.
Poor guy. Should have
And
stayed with Oakland.
NBA won't allow the Celtics-Clippers swap. David Stern does not like it.
Why is that? You think it's unfair?
He doesn't like... I saw this on Mike and Mike in the Morning. No, it was The Herd with Colin Cowherd. He said he interviewed David Stern, and he said he doesn't like the stacking of teams. Like, he doesn't like it. So he's trying to avoid that. Like with the Chris Paul thing last year, where he wanted to go to the Lakers. He denied him. He's trying to avoid that. I don't know. I think it's stupid.
All right.
And finally, Vladimir Putin, who has allegedly stolen owner Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots ring, apparently has offered to get a new ring made for Robert Kraft.
Yeah, I heard apparently Kraft and Putin met at some point in 2005, I believe it was. So this would have been the 04 ring maybe. And he showed him the ring, and Kraft said something like, "Yeah, I could kill someone with this ring." So maybe he gave it to Hernandez. But anyway. And,
a murder weapon?
And so Putin, I guess, took it.
Maybe that's what was in the box.
Conspiracy?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a horse head.
Conspiracy.
It was the ring, Super Bowl ring. So anyway, Putin put the ring in his hand, or Kraft put it in Putin's hand, either way, and then he goes, "Nice." I assume that's how he talks. Nice. And then he puts it in his pocket, and then I guess all his bodyguards.
So he talks like the Pink Panther?
Yeah, sure. All his bodyguards, I guess, just like turned him around, got between him and Kraft, and they just walked away. And Kraft was like,
"What?" So for people that don't remember this, like haven't heard the other broadcasts, tell them about the interview where what originally started this whole thing, where they saw Putin's ring, or Putin was getting interviewed.
Oh, what was that, Mike? I think you read that story.
That was not me.
About Putin getting interviewed?
That was all you.
That was you.
I don't think so.
All right, well, I think Vladimir Putin was getting interviewed, and they said, "Hey, that's a nice ring." "Oh, yeah, it's my Super Bowl ring." And then I guess Robert Kraft is like, "Hey, I don't have my Super Bowl ring." And then there you go. That's how I think it went.
Probably verbatim. All right, anyway.
I think so.
And those headlines.
And those headlines brought to you by Safe Auto. Turns out you can use the internet to get a free quote on state minimum car insurance from Safe Auto. Just go to safeauto.com. You can also call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO. Drive safe, spend less.
All right, thanks, Sam. All right, let's talk some Hawks preview. So the game is tomorrow at 7. Hossa did not skate again during practice, but Coach Q says not to fret. He says it's the same situation as the last time, They had practice before Game 4. Hossa will play. Mayers is again in his spot during practice, but apparently it's just to rest. Give Hossa some extra rest.
And Hossa's a veteran player. I mean, he's in his 30s. He's been playing this game his whole life. He doesn't need morning skate. Come on.
Yeah, I think if he says that he needs some more rest, I think they're just going to give it to him.
Yeah, and Game 4, he was favoring his leg or ankle, so it might not have been the upper body injury.
Yeah, the reports say upper body injury. It's it's of course hockey. They always they won't tell you what's going on. It could be upper, lower.
It's a mystery.
Sideways injury. Who knows? So Coach Q said he expects Nick Leddy to get more ice time. I think we all expect Nick Leddy to get more than 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
Oh yeah, well, he's been average in the 20s.
Yeah, he's been mostly 20 plus.
He's a guy who brings up the puck for the offense.
Yeah,
brings it into the zone. I mean, I think Coach Q just didn't like the matchups. That's what he said. And we were talking before. What different matchups did they have on him?
Yeah, what matchups could they have changed just for Game 4 to make Q go, oh my gosh, Nick Leddy, sit on the bench. You're not going out there. Like, what did Boston drastically change that brought him from 22 minutes down to 2 minutes? And every time he went out there, it was a matchup where Q didn't want him out there.
Right. I don't know if Chara was out there with somebody else at one point and somebody else at a different point. I mean, I don't know what it could be.
If Boston can control how much time Nick Leddy gets just based off of that, then that's a problem. Nick Leddy either needs to do better because apparently Q doesn't think that he's got enough confidence in him to play him against whatever line Boston is throwing out there, or it's just an excuse and either Nick Leddy wasn't doing well, so we benched him or whatever. But I think it's just an excuse.
And Q said, "quote I thought 5 guys in our rotation were getting the job done." Unquote. So, he obviously thought Leddy was the odd man out there. And, he's the younger guy. These guys are more experienced in this part of the game. So
I don't know. I just hope Leddy gets out there because I like his speed and I like his offensive ability. And so I'm sure he'll get more than 2 minutes.
I'm sure.
Hopefully he gets more than 15, but we'll see. So Crawford's still in the net. There's no goalie controversy here. Some people were saying they wanted Crawford pulled during the game. Some people said for the next game they want Emery, but that's not going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if Emery would have gone tomorrow night, just the way Crawford played. I mean, he gave up 5 goals on his glove side, right over his glove. I mean, I think it's a good call that Crawford's back in there tonight. I think that was good, but I would not have been surprised if it was Emery.
But in Boston, do you think they're saying, oh, get Tuukka Rask out of there? Think they're calling for their backup?
No, because he's had such a great postseason.
Right, he gave up more goals than Crawford. One of Crawford's goals was completely fluky.
Right, the one over the top of the net.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not surprised that Crawford's going to play. But I think if he gives up 3 goals, in the first period or something tomorrow, I could see him getting pulled down.
Oh, yeah.
Then that's 6 goals in the matter of 4.5 periods.
Right.
So I could totally see that. All right, so Game 7 will be tomorrow. Or not Game 7. Game 5 will be at 7 tomorrow on NBC at the United Center. And hopefully the Hawks can win it. And then Game 6 would be in Boston and 7 back at home again.
Interesting note here. The Hawks are 8-1 after Game 3s in the playoffs this year.
That'll work.
That will work.
Hopefully that trend continues. And they win tomorrow. And then maybe they'll go to Game 7 win on my birthday.
There you go. And they got to get off to that hot start like they did in Game 4. Kane and Taves on the same line. Again, it's a phenomenal line they've been doing. Hossa and Sharp on the same line. Those top 2 lines are the best, I think, in the league.
Yeah, but they also can't be given goals back right away.
Right.
Like they did. Almost every time they scored last game, they were giving up a goal within 2 minutes.
Right.
It was just they weren't able to build momentum because Boston was striking right back. And then it was, here we go again, tie game. And then Hawks would score. And then Boston, and here we go again. So hopefully the Hawks can put a few in, rattle Rask. Crawford can stand tall.
I mean, you just got to throw the
puck. Got any
at
predictions for score or who you think is going to get a goal or anything? Any Ovechkin tricks?
No Ovechkin tricks, I don't think. Okay. I don't think. I mean, you thought Stahlberg was having it. Didn't even come close.
Jokingly.
I am going to predict the Hawks win Game 5.
What was your prediction for Game 4?
It was Game 4, and I picked Boston.
You
I was
did.
wrong. I admit it. It happens. Oh, well.
I'm picking a Hawks win. I'm saying 4-2.
4-2 Hawks?
4-2 Hawks. I'm seeing it 3-2 until the end, and then the Hawks get an empty netter. I'm saying goals by, I'll even tell you all 4 goals.
Yeah.
Goals by Saad, Hanzus, 2 by Kane.
2 by Kane.
Yep, Kane will get the empty
The
netter.
empty netter at the end.
Yeah.
But if Kane gets that empty netter at the end, why is he even playing defense when they're up by 1? Kane's not the greatest defenseman they got on the team.
He's gotten empty netters before. He'll be out there.
I think Hossa gets 1.
Just one?
Just 1. I don't know who else is going to score, but Hossa gets 1.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our show today. We'll be back tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. We'll be back Monday at 2, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all at 2, live every single day.
There is a change in the lineup tomorrow. The Bass Buzz will be here from 6 to 8 with Pat Renwick. Pro angler Randy Blockett, I believe.
Blockett, I believe.
Yeah. Also, Bass Buzz will be hosting Angler's Dream, the open tournament at EC Marina at 2 o'clock. Live stream on WJOB1230.com. Channel 2. More info, go to anglersdream.com.
And there'll be a live remote tomorrow at ALSIP from 9 to 11 a.m. That should be a lot of fun. I know everyone has been talking about that for the past week or so. So that should be a good time. Make sure you check out our shows. They're all archived on youtube.com/jed.tv. That is 2 Ds and 2 T's. You can watch all our old shows on there, including this one in just a couple of hours. Make sure you check that out. Get us some views. All right, I am Joe Rourke.
I am Mike Zajac.
And I am Sam Spida.
Thanks for watching Sports JaM. This is WJOB AM 1230.
Peace out.